Welcome, gathered friends, and thank you for joining us once again as we light the lantern and begin another adventure. Tonight, we will be playing It Waits for No One, a modern fantasy tale. My name's Archangelic, or Mal, my pronouns are she, her, and I will be your disaster tour guide. Let's go ahead and introduce our players. We'll begin with you, Liz.
Hey, I'm Liz. I will be playing Claudio, your very tall, shirtless dwarf for the evening. I think that's all because right now we're kind of in a middle spot. So all I know. Oh, sorry.
Nico.
Uh,
Oh, go ahead.
wait. Claudio is he, him. I am she, her. Okay, cool. Go.
Nico.
Hi, I'm Nico. Pronouns they, them. I'm playing Leihoku Ahuna, pronouns she, her. Your local life and death witch who does not know how to make weapons, and yet.
And yet.
Fantastic. Abalasha.
Hi everyone, I'm Abhilasha or Percival, pronouns he, she. I am playing Anjum Argent Khan, pronoun she, her. She is up on shenanigans and is the resident fuckboy.
And Soliloquy.
Hey everyone, I am Soliloquy or Jaden. I use they them pronouns. You can find me most places online as FatSapphicBro. I'll be playing your favorite himbo stoner, Damian Alma, they he pronouns, who's a ghost bud tender who doesn't do much. Welcome back to our space here at Lantern Light Adventures. This is home to all of our TTRPG and related content on Twitch. All of our games are also uploaded to our Lantern Light Adventures YouTube channel. There's a link to our link tree in the chat. You can click on that. It'll take you to all of our various social media pages, and you can follow us everywhere we are. If you want to keep up to date on everything we're doing, feel free to also join our Discord, which is also linked in the chat. Thanks for joining us for It Waits for No One, a modern fantasy tale. This is our Cypher System actual play. We built the world collaboratively using, I'm sorry, did you say street magic? That world building session has been uploaded as a Patreon exclusive and can be unlocked at any paid tier, and our paid tiers start at $1, so check that out if you're interested. As for where you can find us the rest of the week, most Tuesdays from 6 to 9 p.m. PST, we stream an Empty Dream, our Girl by Moonlight actual play. Most Sundays from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. PST, we stream Era of the Dragons, our D&D 5e actual play set in Mal's homebrew world. We also record an audiocast after show for some of our games where we go over any necessary advancement steps and debrief from the games. You can listen to these for free on our Patreon at patreon.com/lanternlightadventures. All of these after shows will always be free, but we appreciate any contributions and support as it helps us continue to bring you awesome queer content. Just as a reminder, each month we take the last 7 days of the month off so that we can edit and prepare more content for y'all, as well as have a bit of a break to handle our day-to-day responsibilities. And finally, in support of a free Palestine, we'll be sharing the GoFundMes for various families. The first family we are trying to help is the Masood family. Dahlia and her husband Rami and their 4 children are in great need. Dahlia and Rami worked as pharmacists, but they have since lost their home and their pharmacy. Their goal is currently set to 50,000 euros, and they have raised 39,574 euros as of this afternoon. Any help and support you can offer them would be amazing. Their GoFundMe is linked in the chat and is also in our link tree. Thanks so much.
Thank you for those announcements. Without further ado, let's get into this. We are back live at MGCL News, keeping you up to date on all things Newfoundland. The Angel still remains over the Fort of Delight. Sheriff Bronscale recommends citizens stay away from the fort for the time being, but no aggressive movements have been made by the entity. The tip line for magical surges and anomalies is on the screen. In other news, changes in the flow of magic since the arrival of the Angel have affected Big Statue Royal Park. The Church of the Jubilant Corpse, the caretakers of the park, have reported that you will see more staff in the park to ensure the safety of visitors. And now to the weather. A glowing white crystalline construct appears on the screen in front of a map of the region. I foresee rainfall. Umbrellas are futile. Last we left off, our heroes found more clues related to their mission, finding out that the sacred items they have been tasked to gather have not yet been created. In the process of trying to figure all this out, mentioning the prophecy to important people in your lives, you found out that some of them also went on a quest in the past when the city was also dealing with a threat. Leihoku's aunt, Pua, told you that prophecies sometimes echo because of interference of mortals in trying to see the future. Anjum got in contact with Kira, the daughter of suzerain Kirin Scatterwind of the House Scatterwind, former House of Royal Assassins, and gained a little bit of insight into what's going on over there. She did not seem to be aware of what was of any order to kill Damien, but said that there's been a lot of changes going on over in House Scatterwind. Anjum, you also took some time to talk to your demonic mother, who was also involved in that past prophecy, along with Claudio's uncle. And you learned of her involvement in that, and also had a conversation about her willingness to have a foothold in the material world. And that is where we left off. Anjum, you were in the Fort of Delight. Damien, you were also there. Damien, I would like you. I had you make a roll right before.
I don't remember if we had rolled or anything. I just was left to help deal with the sprites.
All right. Yes, the sprites. This is a difficult thing to deal with. So, I'm gonna need a might roll. And I think you have an inability with might because of your physicality as a ghost.
Okay, but what if I have a plan to deal with the sprites?
Oh, please tell me
Is
the
that
plan and we'll
allowed?
make a roll from there. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so are they like all over the place, spread out, or are they like matriculating in one specific area?
You see that they're kind of spread throughout. I mean, they're kind of in groups, but they are flitting around this room. And it's a kind of large museum style room. There are display cases, things hung up on the wall, suits of armor, old artifacts, lamps and lights to shine on them, glass cases.
Cool.
And these barriers don't seem to mean much to these sprites as they get into things and start. They are very agitated for some reason, and it's causing them to kind of flit around this room, causing chaos.
So if I say, "Hey sprites, I have a present," does that get their attention?
Ooh, go ahead and give me an intellect roll. If you have any skills that might be useful here, you can also spend effort to make it a little bit better roll.
Just a 7.
A 7, okay.
I'm not trying to intimidate them, so I don't want to use that. I don't really have anything particularly useful for that.
Okay. Do you actually have a present for them?
I do.
What is?
Okay, well, if it gets their attention, I would sit down in the middle of the room, crisscross applesauce, and I'm gonna pull out. I keep a little silver clicky case for joints. And I'm going to pull out a 2-to-1 Bubba Kush joint, and I'm gonna light it up, and I'm gonna exhale a bunch of smoke in an area around me in hopes that they will come over and chill the fuck out.
Hey, I would say, yeah, that will bring that up enough to deal with that. Absolutely. So you blow this smoke, and it's been a long time since anyone has seriously given the small fae of this place any actual offering, and they are taking it as such, as an offering. And one by like first one looks over, and like they're humanoid to a point. They're very, very small, and you can see they have like little black eyes, kind of indiscernible mouths on their face. You can't really tell if they have mouths or not, but they definitely make some like squeaking noises, kind of insectoid wings. And one flits over and kind of like rolls around in the smoke and then lays down on the ground in front of you. And then a few others seem to join, and the curator, he says, "Oh, that is very interesting. I did not think that would work. And one by one, these little sprites come down to kind of just hang with you.
I mean, it always chills me out, so I thought it would be helpful. And I'll pull a cookie out of my bag because I always have a few cookies on hand and break it up into little pieces so that they can have some little munchies.
One of the little sprites like tries to climb into your bag, gets on top of the bag and like kind of slips and falls off and like kind of falls through you. It's just like makes a little squeaking noise as it like hits the floor
Oops.
underneath you, but like also inside of you.
Oh, that's weird. That's really weird. Another hit.
Yeah, you managed. Go ahead and give me another intellect roll. Are you trained in any type of magic?
No, I'm
Okay.
trained in crafting and botany and Call the Dead and
Okay.
stealth and speed defense. Damn, that's a 6.
A 6? Okay. That's a standard. Okay, yeah. You can definitely tell that things are off. Some of the magical artifacts you see are you thought initially it was the sprites messing with things, but you see that some of the like there's like a grouping of like coins throughout history in one of the displays, and like several of them are just like vibrating. One of them is like doing this perfect like tilt thing where it's like almost falling, but it's rolling and it just never stops rolling around.
Everything's really creepy right now.
Yes, everything in here has been supernaturally charged. I think it's whatever that creature is overlooking us. I did not know that most of these objects were even close to this level of magical, or at least resonant with magic. I might have to reconsider displaying them to the public. But thank you for your help.
No problem. Glad I could assist.
And he will continue to like go look around and make sure everything's okay, like put things back. He opens the diorama to put all the little little soldier figurines back in place to lay out the battle that he clearly he painstakingly made this display, and he's like
Oh,
putting it all back.
I love miniatures.
I think Anjum, that's about the time like things are ended with you. So what are you up to?
So I quickly like gather up all the silver, clean up the, take everything off the floor, and stuff. And I leave a text message with Aurum, saying, first of all, burn that damn contact for the love of God. Just like that dude is compromised. Do not talk to whoever you were talking to. Like, yeah, just don't. First thing I do, and then this other text I send this out as like a general alert for everybody in the organization except Claudio. I make a separate group and I keep Claudio out of it because well, Claudio might have questions, and right now, Anjum is not going to answer certain questions. So she's just going to put everybody who at least like all her inner circle in the group, and it's going to be like, okay, guys, I have an idea to do what we are doing. We are still fairly low. We are still dealing more in the street area and stuff, but I I think we can maybe come to some kind of understanding with either the Queen or the House of Scatterwind I think what we're going to do is we're going to reach out to both. And depending on who is more likely to see where we are coming from, reach out to your sources and get back to me on which one of these people, which one of these people are more likely to help us get the old mansions and the old territory of the territory of the old wizards and wherever, and essentially that sort of posh area where the old money wizards are living. Which one of them are going to be more likely to be on our side when time comes? We're going to reach out to both. I will continue doing my thing, but depending on how it goes, if I switch sides, we'll find out. But just let's put our feelers out as to who is going to be more than likely to maybe accede to our plan. To go down and I'm going to go see Damien and like, everything good?
Everything's great. Everything's chill. You good?
Fantastic. I'm good. Honestly, it's been a while. It feels like a day, but it feels like an eternity. But honestly, I think things are picking up. I kind of give like a real bright smile to him. And
Wow.
I'm like,
Amazing.
yeah.
Well,
Okay, so I got some answers. I got some good answers. So
okay.
I think we should make our way back to Lehuku's house and we can then like figure this stuff out.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Yeah, you make your way back to the Oasis, to Leihoku's apartment. What are Leihoku and Claudio doing as these two arrive back here?
Oh yeah, also I tell everybody, do not let Claudio know anything. Claudio is not ready yet. Anybody opens their mouth, I swear to God.
Going back to something, you texted Aram to burn the contact, and you just get a response as, "Oh fuck, not again!" Like,
I just leave I just do the like, the really emoji back. That's what I do. I'm like, seriously.
yep.
If I remember correctly, I think Leihoku, Claudio, and her uncle, no, her aunt they were going over magic, and I think I fell back to sleep with Bebo.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of where we left off. Like, Claudio had made pancakes, had a minor panic attack about making berry compote, switched it to like chocolate whipped cream, and then passed back out on the couch.
Yeah,
I'm so-
Hoku's poring over the books that Esme has pointed out and going, oh my god, no. I don't know if that's gonna work.
Yeah. She had pointed out books, specifically you were trying to you need to imbue a sword with cold energy, or like let it, prevent it from taking in more heat. And yeah, go ahead and give me intellect roll, as you are skilled in magic, so that will help. Is there anything else that you think will help as well?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I didn't quite hear you, Liz.
Oh, I said guidance.
If only. Yeah, you have someone's helping you point out, so that's going to ease the difficulty.
Oh
I'm
no,
going to say,
well, I mean, if you're talking about me, Claudio and Bebo are past that on the couch, so Claudio can't help the shit if that's who was supposed to be helping.
no, you're good.
Okay.
Excellent. So let's go ahead and get an intellect roll. The difficulty This is a big ritual to make a powerful magic weapon. So the difficulty is pretty high. I'm going to say that this is going to be 21, but your training will ease it. So let's see if you can get 18.
Shit.
What'd you get?
17.
17.
Oh
Oh, wait, no. Bua is helping you,
Right
which
there.
also reduces it one more. So that you needed to hit a 15. So
Oh, thank God.
you're good with a 17. This is a ritual of making this kind of magic is quite difficult. You have to find not only the place where you can forge this in cold, but also that has the necessary magical properties of the area to withstand a ritual like this, because it's going to make this place, when you do this ritual, you realize you're going to be like taking almost all of the heat out of the space, which in most places would be pretty bad. So, but you think you could do it. It's just going to take you time, and you probably need some help in casting it. You'll need a coven to do so. And also you need to find a ritual place, a place that, you know, that is specifically dedicated to this type of magic. This type of ritual hasn't been done in Newfoundland, as far as you know. Like every text is like talking about like far off places where this kind of thing has been done. But you know that Hua did it. I'm
gonna look at her. Where did you do this?
Oh, yeah. So there was a minor quest involved, if I recall correctly. It's been a little bit, but where we had to do it, we had to find where this dragon was drawing its power from and do it there. But there are other places where you can do this kind of thing. Every place where people gather, a protector, a spirit, some call them demigods, but a protector shows up, appears, is made. That's I think a question for theologians and people who deal with that stuff, but they have immense power that you can draw from in order to protect a place. The place we did it, this ritual pulled all the energy from that place. Couldn't do it there again.
I don't even know what else you need to make a sword. I don't think anvils are portable. But we have to do somewhere else.
Well, an anvil would be if you were shaping hot forged metal. This is cold forging, and I mean, I don't know. I'm not a blacksmith. That was that was all Kaleo. He yeah, anvils aren't super portable, but he managed to make it work. I don't. She starts thinking. She says, "Oh, what did he do? He like casted it in cold. It didn't require like he hammered out the final shapes, but it was a cast sword, which is not. And I had never seen casting done. That's an old technique." But I don't know. The construction of the sword is up to the blacksmith, per the prophecy.
Luca's gonna walk over to the couch where she assumes Claudio is sleeping. Like, lean over the back and go, "Hey,
Yeah, what's up?
did your uncle say how you're supposed to make this sword?"
I mean, you would do it like you would mass produce a sword, I imagine. It's like making ice cubes. You just pour the water in and you let it freeze. We're gonna do it with metal, like a mercury or something. And it's gonna be cold as shit. But you just pour it in the shape and then you bang on it until it's pointy.
Do
It's
you
more technical than that. I can go into it, but I mean, in the end, you get the cast, and the cast has the general shape, and you pour the mercury or whatever cold ass metal we're using, and then it freezes, and then it stays cold, thankfully, and then you beat the hell out of it until it's pointy. Like, if you want the technical, I'd be happy to go further into it. But I do not mean this to insult your intelligence at all. I have a feeling it would be about as useful as you trying to explain magic to me. I'd be happy to learn. I don't know if today is the day.
so you could probably do it anywhere though.
Yes and no. Anywhere cold. That's the problem. Mercury's freezing point is like negative 320. Anything higher than that, and it doesn't stay frozen. So it needs to be cold as hell.
Okay. Okay. And just turn around and walk back towards her aunt. Okay.
Okay, let me know if you need anything else.
I think about that's the time that like Anjum and Damien come into your apartment.
You fell asleep so easily.
Oh, good. At least he's getting some rest.
I smell pancakes. Why do I smell pancakes?
Claudio cooked.
Is there any left? I've drunk a lot of coffee.
Yeah, I'll make some. And I'd like carefully put Bebo down on the couch.
Thanks, man.
I'm gonna go sit next to Bebo.
I'm going to help Claudio just kind of poke around, just hover around Claudio a little bit.
Yeah, you begin to poke around. The lights in the apartment glow a little too brightly, like there's like a power surge in the room. And the one of your contacts, the person, why can't I remember it? Lady Andrea Riverstead, this tall, imperious elven figure, an illusion of her appears. It's clearly an illusion, like there's motes of like magic that float off. And she says, well, I am here to check up on the progress.
Well, we may have found some things out in regarding this incident and this may or may not have happened before. I cannot elaborate further, but we may have the beginnings of a solution. It is going to involve us, but if we could possibly find, I don't know, a smithery or just somewhere we could make a sword, that would be fantastic.
I think I could arrange that. We have quite amount of resources at our disposal. The royal forges are at your disposal.
Thank you.
Though I will say that they are currently in use by our historical wing as museum pieces. So they might need some time to be useful for your purposes, but they are used in historical reenactments.
Oh my God. Do those still go on? I thought they ended with like 10 years ago because it went out of fashion.
No, those were just the battle reenactments. People like the quaintness of an old village. I think it's crass, but but I was around when that was the way it was, so it seems odd to me.
Personally, as somebody whose entire family got out of the village like 5 generations ago, quite frankly, I have no intention of going back. So like that fantasy is just, why would we? We literally got out of there. It's ridiculous, but you know what? Everyone deals with their boredom differently, even though quite frankly, I just, find a goal, make the goal happen, do what you need to do. But even finding a goal for some people is just pointless.
Yes, truly the tragedy of modernity. Do you require any other assistance, any other resources? Has the prophecy began to unfold for you?
Somewhat. We did figure most of the part, a lot of it out. What I am currently trying, but now the issue is, first of all, we need to find where this angel is being controlled from, because I don't think the angel is the problem. Oh, yes. Oh, wait, sorry, I forgot. Could you help us with a little, it's slightly adjacent, but I think it's very relevant to to a friend of the prophecy here. Could you help us find Damien's body?
Yes, this is something that you had asked when you first came here. We have been unsuccessful. Either whoever took your body was incredibly sophisticated, or it is simply not in this world anymore. One of the two.
Why would somebody hide his body in like a completely different realm?
Well, it could be here. There are ways to get around prophecy. We tend to be pretty good at circumventing them, but there are ways. Many magical practitioners do not like us poking and prodding at what they're doing, though we still do. But it's either or. It's either not in our realm, could be in the underworld, it could be on some other fairy plane, many different options. Or it could be here, and if somebody did the right sigils and prepared it the correct way, it may be invisible to us.
If you had to guess, what would be your best suspicion?
I would like you to make an intellect roll as you try and convince her to share that information.
Intellect. I rolled a 14.
A 14. Do you have any training in persuasion or anything like that?
Loads. I have persuasion. I am trained in persuasion. I'm also trained in deceiving, but persuasion is the thing.
Okay. Yeah, that is definitely high enough. So You ask her, and she says, "Oh, well, though they have not been active in an official capacity for quite some time, I feel that the only people I would know that have this type of sophistication are agents of House Scatterwind. But why they would be involved is beyond me."
Same. It's, I mean, they are non-active. I mean, they are respectable members of the ton of the society. Why would they be involved, and especially in such a deeply unsubtle way? It's very tacky, very tacky.
Yes, and it also seems below their usual quarry. If they were engaging in that type of lowly activity.
Ah, who knows? Maybe they really are falling upon hard days. But pretty pathetic, but I guess it. I mean, it is a guess. We may just be talking here. Oh well, thank you. Thank you, my lady. We appreciate the help. Please do get back to us on the place where we can forge the sword, and have them, and we shall be there, and we shall get started with the work.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. The forges are at your disposal. Of course. I don't know if you need any other special considerations, but please do let me know.
I definitely will.
And the illusion of her dissipates away.
Ooh, are the pancakes ready?
You want whipped cream?
Yes, please.
So did we all hear that? Or
Yeah. No, she was like in the room. Like y'all could have been asking questions. Like, yeah, she just appeared before you, very similar to what she did earlier on. But she tried to be less intrusive this time, and by showing up in your physical space.
And I take like I take a nice big bite of the pancakes, and always good, always good. The pancake, the consistency. You always could do the consistency much better than I could. I've gotten better, but not by much.
practice? So she definitely knows it's the Scatterwinds, right? Like
Yeah,
we all kind of feel that.
yeah. She definitely highly suspects them. Which I mean, I was there before she was. We were all there before she was. So lols. Can't believe it. They had the prophecy on hand, and yet it took them that much time. Oh my God. That the intelligence is failing.
I'm curious why they didn't bring up that, oh hey, this is a copy prophecy. Like I get they get 8,000 of these a year, but
You'd remember an identical one, or at least more or less like something very, very similar to a huge incident that already happened like 20 years ago.
yeah.
Especially the fact that they would have known the reason we'd get chosen for the prophecy and still lied about that as well.
I
It's
don't
about
think they
genealogy.
lied. Magic's tricky. It sucks, but it's tricky. Especially divination. Divination, you get all of the outcomes. And even then, some of them branch off, turn around, stop abruptly. Finding one that goes all the way through is difficult.
I'll take your word for it. I just think that there's something else going on that we should at least have some kind of grasp on. Maybe it's just usual, usual petty royal bullshit. But you know, these pancakes are great, Claudio.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I think fucking best thing you make. Thanks. And I continue eating.
Mal, do I just spend the points to use the skill? Oh,
Is
I
it
cannot.
is it a skill that you're
Or-
using?
It's an ability.
Okay.
Community knowledge.
Okay. Ability, community knowledge. Yeah, if you spend the cost there, the intellect points, you can use that ability.
It only took one. It's supposed to take two.
No, you have edge 1, so that reduces the
Oh.
cost of everything by 1. So,
I forgot about that.
which is helpful. So, yeah, so you've invested yourself in the community. Sometimes contacts slip information to you. Other times you draw a conclusion simply by what you see and hear. When you use this ability, you can ask the GM one question about the community and get a very short answer. So what is your question about the community?
So going off of what Esme said, looking for a suitable place and like going over whatever maps of the city I've got. What would probably be the closest to what we're looking for? Like neighborhood or landmark wise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me see here. So there is, where is that? I'm looking for a very specific place. Oasis, no cherry pits. Okay. There is a lake outside of the city, Lake Danu, and it is outside of the cherry pits, and the cherry pits is one of the furthest neighborhoods in here in the city. And your guess, based on the lore of this place, all of the water and all of the energy of the city, all the bits of runoff from this place run down into this low point of Lake Danu. So if you were going to find a place to dump a bunch of energy into, that lake would probably be one of the places to take all of that energy, all that heat and warmth away. You can shunt it off into this lake. There are many holy sites around Lake Danu. Most of them ancient, well before the city was founded. But they're all considered royal parks. All of the places and old grounds there are preserved for historical purposes. In fact, the news report was about one of them. Big Statue Royal Park is one of the places. The translation gets lost between the Elven language, and it's much more poetic in Elven. So
Big stage. Okay. Hoku's gonna circle that on the map and go, okay, I think we have the where. And now we just need the materials. And Damien's glass statue blowing ghost friend?
Yeah, Mr. Glass. Glass making ghost.
We still don't know anything else about this statue, right? Just
Just a statue.
okay.
I think if it's not made yet, it's up to, I guess, Damien to decide.
Decide what? Oh, what to make? Well, I guess we should talk to Mr. Glass first. Also, he probably has lots of examples of his work.
Yeah, you were given the name Mr. Glass by Auntie Midge. But I don't think she gave you any more details about him. Said that he was a ghost. Did she give you an address? I don't recall at the moment.
I feel like she gave not like an address, but like down at the corner sort of, you know what I mean, when somebody like tells you how to get a place, but it was like very brief and I don't recall
Yeah.
any details. It just was kind of like a vague, my glass guy down the street. I'm like, okay. I didn't ask any follow-up questions because I'm still really distracted with where my body is and trying to remember that I'm wearing a hoodie.
Is that getting any easier?
Make an intellect roll.
I was gonna say, is it?
It's gonna be straight.
19.
19. Okay. That is an intimidating difficulty. Yes, it is getting much easier for you.
Oh,
Woo!
good. Does that mean eventually maybe I can get pants?
Maybe pants are a whole other beast.
I
You
know.
got to keep your
I got
legs
them
in
in my
them.
bag. I got them in my bag. I'll try. I'll keep practicing.
For now, you're Winnie the Pooh in it. So
I mean, I have underpants at least.
yeah.
It's not fully inappropriate.
But yeah, you can easily get in contact with Auntie Midge. You can even go talk to her if you want to. I mean, her shop is, the apothecary is literally just like a block away from here.
Yeah, I think we can go talk to her if the group wants to. Although also we literally haven't slept in forever and I don't know if we need to. Because like in D&D, you have to.
Yeah, technically there's nothing stopping you from resting. So it's up to you if you all want to get some rest in.
Do
We
any of
have
you-
been running ragged.
Do I feel like I need to sleep yet?
You definitely feel like not doing stuff would be helpful to you.
Okay.
Chilling on the couch with the baby.
Mm-hmm.
I have occupied your bed because the couch is too small. So Anjum has just gone and occupied the bed and just on the side, and is like has taken a couple of blankets from your cupboards and is like okay, so I could go home, but like what if like someone else tries to break in and I can't we can't have that many ghosts on our hands. So I'm not saying I'm taking up the bed. I'm not taking up the bed. Like if anyone wants to share, it's fine. Just like I can't do the couch, it'll hurt. Trust me, not even the fluid nature of my body prevents like a stiff neck the next day. And I just turn over and go to sleep.
Please don't become a liquid on my bed.
Oh no, no, I won't. It's if I REM cycle, no problem. If I fall unconscious, that's a problem. REM cycle, still human. I am half human. Thank you. And I go and I just go back to sleep.
He's a trip.
Anjum
And
is not like occupying space. She's just like very nicely cuddled up at the end, and it's like, but like is very much taking some space on the bed because like no.
I'm gonna see my aunt out first, probably before we all sleep.
yeah, she says, sounds like you got a lot on your hands, and think I'll head home.
Okay, I will text you. It sounds like we're gonna need to rally the troops for this one, but not until we actually get to that point.
Mm-hmm. She kisses Bebo's forehead, and she says, "Yeah, if you need anything, let me know. I'll be around. I'll come back tomorrow."
Okay. Good night. She's looking at Anjum in her bed. I'm gonna sleep in my pool instead. Full
All right, Bebo.
Leihoku fishy form.
All right, Bebo, my turn. And I will take Bebo and lay down probably on the floor or whatever.
You gotta concentrate on holding the baby.
Yes. But also, I'm going to lay on the floor and I'll lay Bebo right next to me. So that way it's like, he can roll away, but I'll put a pillow on the other side of him. So he can't just like roll away.
You can't smother him, so I think
No,
it'll
it's like
be
far
fine.
enough away. Like he has a little room if he wants to move around a little bit, but
No, I mean like you rolling over him. He'll be fine.
You're muted.
You're muted.
I love that I clicked it mute and then started talking. I feel like if I'm asleep, I'm probably not thinking too much. So probably I will go right through things. I don't know. Either way, I think it's going to be okay.
You hold Bebo, and Bebo is easy to hold.
Like my phone.
Yeah. It's not a problem. Like you don't even have to think about it. And Bebo just like sits in your physical form without a problem.
Awesome. See, we're vibing.
I'm gonna set my phone for like 4 hours from now
Yeah.
because I have no doubt after the day we've had, we will sleep for 18 hours, and I've got a feeling that's bad. So Claudio's gonna set an alarm for like 4 hours because he's had the most sleep. Yeah, I imagine between the time it took for Anjum and Damien to leave, do the call for an hour, and then get back, that's got to be at least 2 hours. So
Mhm.
Claudio's had a little bit. He's like, all right, I'll get up, I'll make everybody food, and then I will throw it at them so they do not kill me when I come to wake
All right. Yeah, you all managed to get some rest. You can expend heals. I don't know if you have if any of you have any things missing from your pools. I think Leihoku you spent a point, but um yeah, so at 10 hours you have I think 4 heals, so it's like 4d6 plus 4 that you can add to pools.
Nice. I'm still good.
Excellent. So you all get rest. Yeah, you all get some rest as it is I mean it's kind of mid-afternoon when you all decide to rest, but y'all had been running all night. So as you wake up, I feel like it's the wee hours of the morning that you end up kind of stirring unless you sleep till morning. But it sounds like Claudio, you are gonna get up before everyone else. Start cooking. Yeah, it seems to be calm. You from the prophecy that 3 angels are supposed to come, and you don't know when the second one will arrive. But the first one still stands over the fort. The city keeps going. People are starting to think that their original panic was a little bit overdone, but the city continues on like it always does. And as y'all wake up, what do you do?
All right, Bebo, how you feeling? Doing okay, little guy?
Like little stretches as it was
Adorable.
kind of fell asleep with you. Like, yeah, like it's a plant, but the shape is like more amorphous as time goes on, it seems. You think Bebo's grown a little?
He doesn't like expel waste or anything.
Not that you've seen, no.
That's very convenient. This could be much more difficult. Okay.
At some point, I probably would have texted my uncle, still alive. Gonna need tools. I don't elaborate. Don't give any specifics. Just 5-word text.
Yeah. He says, okay, come down, get what you need.
Cool. Make food for everyone. I put it next to Leihoku where she's sleeping and kind of like just one hand on the shoulder. I make a plate for Damien in case he wants to try to eat it. And I put some on a plate and I slowly like grab the broom and push it near where Anjum is. And I just poke her from the other side of the room with the broom handle.
What the? Oh, you. Okay.
And then I grab and I put him up on the counter and I'm like feeding him little bits of egg that he's just making gooey. And I'm like, all right, so this is how you throw a punch. And I'm like, we're like boxing. And he's chilling on the counter.
Anjum
Baby
is.
had a punch.
Yeah.
Bebo flails a little bit.
We are good job. Now you got to keep your hands up though. We are currently being hunted. They should know these things.
Claudio did teach me the right posture. He's a good teacher like that.
I understand Bebo is 18 hours old. He can learn how to throw a punch.
I was put into fencing and sword lessons when I was like 6 months old. So, but then it was a weird thing. I can't begin to tell you on how like the whole hybrid like life structure and age thing works. But I could hold like a teeny sword. So, might as well. Go teach the watermelon child. I think the watermelon child needs to defend itself. While I'm saying this, my eyes are still half closed and I'm just shoveling the food in my mouth.
I mean, they
Not
both
if you-
have a point.
Not if you had normal childhoods, huh?
Mine was totally normal.
I think mine was pretty normal.
What's the context of normal?
But we're not really in like normal circumstances right now. It's
And you got to admit, Bebo is not exactly a normal 18-hour-old baby.
Bebo is sitting up by itself on the counter. Like
this kid was walking. He can learn to throw a punch. He's not going to do it well, but he can learn.
Coco's gonna haul herself out of the pool, sit on the edge while she eats. Watermelon combat.
You said Bebo is looking more plant-like?
It's still very much a fruit of some sort.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we keep comparing it to a watermelon, but it's the fruit is a little bit amorphous. I think I described Bebo as a mango before. More like reds and yellows and greens, colors all over its body.
What if Bebo needs to be planted? I wonder out loud to the room.
I mean,
Interesting concept.
wouldn't that normally involve like getting whatever seed he is out of him first?
I mean,
Yeah, mango seeds are inside the mango, and I don't think any of us are particularly ready to scoop it out of him.
I don't think we should be scooping anything out of him.
Don't look at me. Damien's the one who suggested it. We're just trying to, get the biology. Whatever. Is he a seed? I mean, he is a seed, right?
He seems to be growing though, like without dirt.
true.
Does this mean he can grow anyway because of magic, or will he grow faster in soil?
But also your aunt said that it had something to do with taking on like a parental vibe from you. So are we making Bebo whatever he is?
The
Oh,
Oh, then
parental
he definitely
base.
needs to learn how to throw a punch because none of y'all can.
Seriously.
I've
Yeah.
gotten better.
I've never needed to throw a punch.
I've gotten
Neither, really.
better. See, Anjum kind of does like a little bit of a haya, but like clearly is still doing it like in the way that she's like fencing, which is not how you punch someone.
Why did you learn how to punch, Claudio?
He's not working for me for like shits and
We
giggles.
have another backpack, right?
Yeah,
We have like 2 or 3 of them floating around, right?
yeah, for sure.
Okay, well, cool. Easy then. We can check to see if Bebo needs to be planted. And Claudio kind of dumps, I guess one of them was clothes. Dumps the clothes out of one. Okay, we just need some dirt and we'll just stuff them in here and use it as a baby Bjorn / portable planter.
Nice.
I don't know if this is going to help. It might just be weird.
Hoku's gonna go over to the tree very clearly growing in one corner of her apartment and like gather up some dirt.
But when Leihoku comes back in, I'm sitting next to Bebo, and I'm just patting the head like like a grandmother does when like they come to your house and they've not met the dog before, but they're like okay with dogs, but they're not like they don't want to immediately get intimate. So like just like yes, yes, okay, just like patting. Yes, 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 yes.
Also, if we need more soil, I have some at my place.
Wasn't just going to go dig up your tree for experiments. It seems rude.
A lot of dirt in there. It'll be fine.
A special witch tree. Like, I don't know.
It is a special witch tree, but this is regular dirt.
So the plan is to put Bebo in dirt.
He's going to sit in the baby Bjorn planter.
Okay.
We're turning the backpack into a planter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. You put Bebo in. Bebo is now in dirt. And Bebo takes a handful of it and like just like puts it to its mouth.
No.
It's probably fine.
No, it's good for him.
Fully smushes it in. Like takes
I mean,
another handful.
I mean, we all ate dirt when we were when we were children, right? Like, I mean, I also ate dirt. It's just that my dirt would probably kill the rest of you, but you know, I still did eat it.
I did not eat dirt.
I still get mouthfuls of dirt on the regular at work.
I
It's
ate
fine.
sand.
Like it
Leihoku,
happens.
I mean this with the greatest respect. I don't think what you constitute a normal childhood is what everybody else constitutes a normal childhood. And it's mostly to do with the fact that you live underwater.
She gestures to the whole apartment. Does this look like it's underwater to you? I spend most of my time on land now.
So you've
True.
never eaten the soil inside the body of water when you were a child. I mean, I would imagine, like, you know, water people would have the same like instinct to, like, you know. So does that mean that ADHD and, like, you know, the sensory stuff does not exist underwater?
Gang, we've got angels coming to destroy the city. We should probably like focus.
I literally have an inability to focus.
Okay. Yeah.
Neurodivergency doesn't exist underwater. That's interesting. Okay.
No, it definitely does.
Okay. So we still got 2 mythical artifacts to find and or create. Probably here in the next 24 hours. And if I had to guess, once we make the second one, the second angel's going to show up, right? Like that's the vibe everybody's getting.
Yeah.
You're smart. That makes sense.
Okay, cool.
Well, we can go talk to Auntie Midge if you want, and then figure out where Mr. Glass is and talk to him.
Great. That sounds like a plan. Do we have any idea where we're gonna forge this thing? Are we taking a hike down in the mines and finding someplace cold?
No,
Okay.
I had an idea. She's gonna pull out her notebook. There's a lake, like outside the cherry pits. I think that would work. I do, however, need to summon the rest of my coven for this to work.
Tell him to dress warm. Is it summer? Out of character. Is it summer?
I would say, yeah, it's summer. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's gonna suck for everybody because it's gonna get cold. So everybody go grab some warm things. And it's not negative 300. It's like negative 50. Still terrible, but it's not, you know, the vacuum of space. It's just a really, really shitty day in Minnesota.
I can't wear pants. But I'm wondering if I feel cold, so I guess we'll find out.
I brought my fur coat. I brought my fur jacket and like my
Can you feel
thermals
cold?
and stuff. I run very hot, so my immunity I'm very sensitive to cold.
Makes sense. If I go over to the sink and turn on the cold water, does it feel cold?
Yeah, a little bit.
What about the hot water?
Also a little bit. Like I said, everything's a little dull. You still feel things and you understand the physicality of it, but it's like everything's just less. The volume is just turned all the way down, basically.
Okay, above the table, that sounds like a delight. As someone with misophonia and like hypersensitivity to everything, that sounds great. Okay, cool. I'm just doing my little experiments.
Yeah. So the plan, who's going to Auntie Midge's?
I definitely am. I'm fine if we all go. We don't necessarily need to split up. It's up to everyone else, though.
All right. Yeah, you head down to Auntie Midge's. You head down to Midge's, the apothecary. That they deal with a lot of cures, but they also, it's where you work. You are the one of the bud tenders there, and you get inside and you see that like Auntie Midge is actually working the counter because you haven't been in. So she said,
Hey,
Damien.
I not back to work yet. Sorry, but I
Oh,
need to
okay.
talk to you as soon as you're able to have a chat.
Yeah. Yeah. Auntie Midge, she easily stands like 6.5 feet tall. She's wearing a like bright floral shirt, like button down, like, and she comes around and she says, "You need to talk to the glass guy, right?"
I do.
All right, yeah. He's not super local. He works over in the Sparkle District, but I can give you his address. So
Yes, please do.
yeah, he rents out a studio above a theater, and yeah, it's an interesting place, but usually he just sends somebody over with stuff. But yeah, here's the address, and she writes down on a slip of paper and hands it to you.
How busy is it right now?
Um, it's pretty busy. I mean, like moderately busy. It definitely was it sounded busier yesterday, but since things have like it's now day 2, people have calmed down just a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of slightly whisper to her, but I won't whisper for the sake of the mic. Um, why didn't you tell me you were part of a prophecy too?
Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't know. You have to ask. When it comes to prophecies, they're your thing, not my thing. You know how like they say when you make a wish and you tell somebody a wish, it doesn't come true?
Sure.
It's kind of like that. If you try to interfere with a prophecy too much, sometimes it just falls apart in your hands. And I never want to be the one to make someone's prophecy fall apart.
Fair. Okay. Um, do y'all have any questions for her at all? No. All right. Well, thank you for your help. We are gonna go talk to Mr. Glass and see if we can't figure this shit out. I will let you know the moment I can return.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you got whatever you're doing. I assume you have something from the royal people. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. And do you see the bunny slippers and the boxer shorts? I can't even wear pants, Auntie Midge. I can't be at work not in pants.
She's been she like kind of squints at you. She says, I mean, sometimes I just thought this was like a new thing. I don't know.
No, I have to think really fucking hard to keep this hoodie on.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, it's less than ideal.
Well, whenever you're back, hopefully, the world hasn't ended, so good luck.
Yeah, thanks. All right, we'll head out.
Quick aside, could Claudio have stayed out? Because you said it's early evening at this point, right?
At this point, it would be morning time. So,
Oh, we slept the whole day?
so y'all went to sleep about early afternoon, and then like it would have woken up sometime in the early morning. So,
Oh,
well, no,
okay.
Claudio, you said you were going to get up before everyone. So if there's things you wanted to do in that time, because you were sleeping before everyone else started sleeping.
Yeah, but I don't want to leave them all Okay, yeah. Claudio's gonna go down. Just and stay like just outside the oasis. And just kind of observe for a little while, see who's walking around, see if there's anybody who stands out. Specifically, Claudio is looking to see if Cheese is wandering around.
Yeah. You're looking up and down the street. You see like across the street, there's just sitting on like one that's like power junction boxes, like for like street lights or something. Just sitting eating string cheese one string at a time is this little like halfling kid. Just looking around, minding his business, like crisscross applesauce on top of this thing, just eating, just pulling the strands, putting them in his mouth.
I will walk over. Hey, kid, it's a little early to be out.
This is, I like hanging out. It's you got to get the good spots early.
You seen anything weird?
Only your
Yesterday,
face.
especially. Yeah, that throws people off. I know.
Yeah. I mean, everyone saw the thing with the bunch of eyes. It's unnerving. I don't know. I'm still halfway between some sort of avant-garde marketing scheme, but time will tell.
It could be, honestly, but I meant more in this area. Say early yesterday. We got a new ghost floating around that seems to have misplaced their body.
Hey, look, I don't get involved in that. Like, if you need something, I got supplies if you need supplies, but I don't deal with. Yeah, I don't know what you're implying, but
I'm asking if you saw anything.
go ahead and give me an intellect roll. Intimidation or persuasion are valid skills in this case.
I am trained in both of those.
Okay. So that will ease the difficulty for you.
Come on. Haha, nothing. I got a 4.
A 4? Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on. I think that's from last week. Never mind. It's slightly better. It's a 10.
A 10? 10's actually pretty good.
Okay.
He says, look, yeah, there's been a couple people hanging around at some of my corners, casing the place. Kind of nondescript folks, so like nothing definitely weird. Could be cops. Been kind of trying to lay low, keep a low profile, but I didn't know if there was maybe a raid. I don't know what you've been doing in there.
I have been lying low.
Really? How's that going for you?
You see the giant angel outside? That's about how well it's been going for me. I mean, and he'll reach into his pocket where he is still carrying a handful of just random gems that he had picked up out of his drawer. And kind of like lean down on the electrical box with them like cupped in his hand but face down. He's like, well, kiddo, if you're gonna be out here, stay safe. But if you see anything weird, you come let us know, okay? And he'll kind of just put them down like real subtle, like to show that I'm leaving you something. Keep an eye out for that shit. And ruffle his hair because he knows Cheese hates that shit.
Jesus, get off me. Yeah. Yeah, if I see anything, I'll let you know. You'll be the first person I call.
Appreciate it, kiddo. Stay safe.
And you
And just-
stay out of trouble.
And I will head back upstairs and hope my friends have not been killed in the night.
No, they were totally fine. As you head back, we have you. The plan seems to be to go to see Mr. Glass about a statue. So, with that, let's go ahead and take our break. So, we'll be back in 10 to 15 minutes with more of this game. We hope to see you soon. Welcome back, everybody. So, our heroes are heading off to the Sparkle District. The Sparkle District is named because of all of the bright, shining advertisements. Every building has like lights along its facade. It is the same brightness no matter what time of day you are there. There are theaters and shows and galleries and just as far as you can see, just advertising and lights. But you are given a very specific address. You go off to a kind of a staircase off the side of a theater, and you go up to this level, and it is in comparison to the outside on the street level, it is dark in this staircase, and you come up to you go upstairs and you come up to a metal door. The number that you saw is the number you're given, but you are at a metal door, like a metal sliding door. It is, you're unsure if it's locked or not.
Yeah, I'm like, we'll just give it a knock.
All right. You knock and you hear faintly, "The door is open."
Fantastic.
You slide this metal door. It clanks as you move it aside. It smells strongly of weed smoke in here. Like the smoke kind of billows out as you open the door. There are various like glass objects. Some are paraphernalia. Some are just like hunks of glass in various abstract shapes throughout all the walls on shelves. It's kind of dim in here despite the lights from the windows shining in, and you see like in the middle is this kind of workbench area. There are various pieces, metal tools, and sitting on the other side is a ghostly kind of bugbear person. Same translucency as you, no clothes whatsoever. But luckily, like, you know, he's sitting behind a desk from like this bench from you. You can't really see his bottom half. And he says, "How can I help you?"
Hey, Auntie Midge sent me. You know anything about prophecies that involve glass statues?
He says, "You a prophecy involving a glass statue. Fascinating. Tell me more about this prophecy. What's your name?"
I'm Damien. Nice to meet you.
"I like your shirt."
Thanks. It's taking a lot of effort to keep it on.
This is you can just call me Mr. Glass. Honestly, I haven't used my real name in so long. That might as well be my name.
Very cool. Very cool. So we have to collect some random items. A seed, which we've managed to get. We also have to like specially forged sword, but we've got a line on that. And then it was just glass statue, which is perhaps the vaguest thing one could be told.
I knew one day someone would come in and I would finally have my apprentice. And it looks like prophecy has brought you here. And who am I to say no to prophecy?
That's kind of how I felt. I mean, at first I was like, that you got the wrong dude, but apparently they don't. I think it's dumb, but so what do you make of glass statue? What does that mean?
What does it mean to you? And he stands up. Luckily he's like completely furry, so like being naked is not the end of the world. And he
Good to
walks
know.
over to you and he says, what does it mean to you? What do you feel in your spirit? Because all you are is spirit, like me. We're all spirit. What does it feel? What vibes with you?
I mean, the only kind of glass statues I keep around are bongs, so that's my inclination.
I like that. All right. Have you ever blown glass before?
Absolutely not, but I've always wanted to.
Hell yeah. And he kind of turns and he goes back. This place is like, it has unfinished walls. It's very like, it's almost like it's a warehouse or it's like a storage or something. And he goes back and there's like this incredibly hot forge in the back. And he says, today you're going to learn how to blow glass. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be spiritually tedious.
I don't know how I feel about that. Can I ask you a really inappropriate question?
Yeah.
How long have you been a ghost?
He looks at a calendar. The calendar's from a decade ago. He's like, I need to change that calendar. A while. Long enough.
Cool. It's been like a day for me.
Oh, it's new. You got that new ghost smell.
Ew.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, forget. Like, smelling each other is a big part of bugbears. I understand it's not everyone's thing.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
No worries. Then I got you. It's a cultural thing.
Yeah, something like that.
Makes sense to me.
Are you prepared to put your whole ghostly self into crafting the perfect bong?
Absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna have you make a might roll and just let's see how this goes.
Let me look at my skills really quick. I don't think I have anything. Nope. Nothing in might. A whopping 3.
Whopping 3. Okay.
Oh wait, I am trained in crafting.
Ooh, okay.
Whatever that entails.
So that does bring you up to standard. So a standard difficulty. That'll
It was
ease
still a
your
3.
yeah. It brings you, so like 3 is for a simple task. A standard task is a 6, but your skills ease this difficulty. So he begins by showing you how to like pull the glass from this forge, and takes you through the process. And he's showing you, he's like, now we don't really have lungs. We got spiritual lungs, right? So you have to think, and it's probably going to take off your hoodie. That's why I don't bother anymore.
Fair. It does take a lot of energy. And I'm wearing a better tank top anyway. I'll just drop the hoodie.
He's like, you have to think about breathing, but you have to think about breathing like you're on top of a mountain, taking all the air from a valley into your lungs and pushing it out.
Do my best.
And you take this big deep breath in. You try, like, you blow down this tube to try and do it, and it like barely inflates. It's like, good, you're getting it. You're getting it. He says, making glass is a total spiritual experience, right? You're shaping something that was once rocks, man. It was once rocks. It was sand. It was on a beach. It had been beaten down into sand grains for millennia. And we took it and used the gifts of our gift of fire, right? Fire gives us so much. And we put it in to that sand and we make glass, right?
Right.
And then that glass wasn't great, right? Like, because sand has a bunch of other stuff in it. And then we learned how to make it purer over time. And then we found out when it's liquid, it's not really liquid, it's just stretchy, right? And then we could figure out we could blow into it, make something beautiful, make it huge, right?
Right.
And then we found out we can use this for other things we can use fire with, right? Use it to smoke, use it to get inspired. And it's all full cycle, man. It's full circle. He's like, now knock that off. And like, you go to like knock this glass off and it just like shatters. And he's like, and that's the other thing, man. Just gotta let it go. See, I'm gonna take all that glass, I'm gonna put it right back in that fire. Full circle, man.
Amazing. Okay. Well, I mean, doesn't this take like a really long time to learn how to do?
Yeah, man. But I'm gonna give you the crash course, right? Because prophecy makes like, it smooths out the path, makes it nice and straight for you. And I think you're gonna make something amazing.
Thanks, man. I am kind of on a time crunch though, so I don't know how quick we can pull something amazing off.
Man, everyone's on a time crunch. We all got limited time, but you and I, we don't have to worry about that. And if you worry about it, you're gonna blow that into the glass. You can't worry about that, man.
All right, well, I guess I'll keep working on this then.
Yep, you keep working, and like, before you even realize it, you've been here hours. I don't know at what point everyone else checks in, and then and if anyone else came in with Damien, Mr. Glass did not acknowledge you whatsoever.
I went in with Damien and I'm just hanging out at the door and I'm just texting everything Mr. Glass is saying to the rest. I'm just standing there and I'm just like I'm ignoring him, and I did try initially, but I'm like, okay, not paying attention. Cool, good for me. I don't have to bother. I'm still sleepy, so I'm just texting everybody what, like, the choice quotes of what Mr. Glass is saying to Claudio and Leihoku.
This is weird.
I text back to Leihoku. Leihoku, you think all the places we've been to so far are weird. Right now, I think we have to work on your threshold.
He said new ghost smell. Why is he sniffing Damien?
Because he's weird. And I don't know, maybe it's a animal thing, but like again, if this person's been a ghost for this long, I would imagine that they would at least act a little bit human rather than, and honestly, I'm more concerned about the fact that this person is just rude.
While we're getting the text updates over time, Hoku's gonna turn to Claudio and go, "Can I ask you a question?
Go for it.
How did you get? Oh shit! How did you get caught up with all the things that she does?"
As a part of my parole, I basically had to find a charitable organization to spend my time with and give back to the community.
By babysitting?
In essence, yes. If I had picked a different charitable organization, I probably would be like passing out flyers or getting signatures or whatever else. It just so happened she happened to be at the office the same time I was, and my officer kind of just grabbed her and said, "Here, take this one." And here I am. I imagine prophecy had something to do with it at this point, because that's a hell of a coincidence.
Well, I mean, what did you do before this?
There was a while where the mines weren't doing so great, and part of it was paperwork, and part of it was a couple of real asshole administrators funneling funds where they had no place to be, or no business being, when they should have been coming down towards us. At least the thing I got caught for was technically labeled embezzlement, fraud, and a couple of other crimes like that.
So not for punching people.
No, that is part of the possible resisting arrest charge that came along with it. But the guilty verdict came for fraud and embezzlement and a half dozen other things of the money variety.
Is that why you stopped? She's gonna pull out the stone he gave her. It's in a little macrame necklace holder now.
You were quick.
I have anxiety.
Yeah, that'll do it. It's good to have something to do with your hands. Yes and no. I was the thing I got arrested for was not the first time that I may have been caught doing things I should not have been doing. When you're young and the path is laid out for you and you don't get much of a choice in it, maybe not you. I tended to not like the direction things were supposed to go. And I'll introduce you to my friend Zizi at some point. She kept me out of trouble a number of times. She's actually not ambassador, but liaison to the palace at this point. Um, she's great, but she kept me out of it. Eventually, I just got the money got too high that she could no longer talk me out of trouble. But in my defense, and this was the thing that kind of did end up defending me, most of that money, not all, most of the money was used by the guild. So
I mean, do you think you would go back to doing? I know Anjum would say I have a weird threshold for what's normal, but normal people stuff.
I mean, well, let's just say prison makes jewelry making look a hell of a lot more appealing. So, there's that. However, I definitely would have to earn some goodwill back from the rest of the guild, as they basically said if you'd like to get back on track, it's back to the mines with you. So that's where I've been.
Doesn't sound terrible. And, if we learn nothing else from this whole prophecy debacle, you can still do good things. Even if you don't think you can still do good things.
Yeah, I guess. But what about you? You said you have a coven? You're like in charge of people and
I don't want to be.
yeah, that I get.
But, my mother was the previous coven head. And when she decided it was time to retire, people started looking at me with a lot of expectations. And I don't like to disappoint people. So,
So you're gonna disappoint yourself? That's easier?
a little bit. Uh,
Oh,
my mother says it gets easier when you're taking care of a whole community. You don't think about yourself as much because there's all of these other people that are relying on you, and I just don't think about it.
well, I mean, that sounds awfully familiar to my story, and look where I ended up. And I'm not saying you're stupid enough to make the same mistakes. You're obviously far more intelligent than I am, and not running scams. Um, so there's that. But like, you can't tell me that there isn't somebody who would actually enjoy that or wouldn't enjoy it far more than you. Like, I mean, if you love it, then of course, but you can you can you can love your people and help your people without setting yourself on fire. You
Finding a
don't need to
replacement.
you don't need to set yourself on fire to keep the rest of the community warm.
Finding a replacement's going to be difficult, if not practically impossible. And Auntie Esme is a little. Don't tell her I said this. She's a little old. I don't think that she would have the time to dedicate to it. And I don't know. When we got here and then, she left, it was always, oh, he Ilani's daughter, you're going to do such great things. I I also don't know what I would do with myself without this. I I don't think I have any other plans or another choice.
I mean, there's always another choice. There's always another door, another path, another this, another that. Might be harder. I don't mean it doesn't exist. But I mean, let's be real. that's a walk for a different day. Right now, we got a ghost asking if you've ever blown glass, and apparently, oh, the Bebo's drooling on me.
Oh.
Um, but yeah, we should when this is all done, and if I'm not frozen and you haven't melted into a puddle for some reason, we should get food sometime.
Yeah.
I'd like to take you for food sometime.
I'd like that. Also, is that egg and dirt?
It might be. It might be egg, gooey berry, egg, and dirt at this point. Yes.
Oh. Hard to believe he's meant for the prophecy.
Yeah. Well, apparently we're all meant for great things, and we're just over here doing our best. Yeah, I imagine we wander around Times Square for a little bit longer.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, we cut back. So my friend was telling me about this thing called Arcano coin. Supposed to be the future of currency. Like you don't have like a monarch involved and gold and all that stuff that fluctuates. I don't know much about it. He said it has something to do with a computer, and I refuse to use those.
Well, Damien goes to ask why, thinks better of it, and does not ask why.
All right, I would like you to I'm going to have you make an intellect roll. And also, through this process, I'm going to say you have become specialized in crafting.
Okay. So I'll edit that on my thing. Sweet. Ooh, it's blue. Jesus, my dice today. It's a 9.
A 9? Okay. So yeah, with also, so that increases it by 2, being specialized, and then by 2 difficulty tiers, and then his help is also increasing it by 1. Damien, do you want to describe the ideal bong that you create?
Okay. I think we're going to go with the cobalt blue glass. And I think we'll have some probably like a lavender that spirals around the like main part of it. But otherwise it's like very simple.
Okay. Yeah. Like he's been talking to you about this Arcano coin while it's like in the annealer, while it's like cooling down in this like box. And he says, all right, should be ready now. He opens it up, he pulls it out, and he sets it down, and he takes like a tuning fork and like gently like taps it on the side, and the tuning fork vibrates, and like all the little imperfections, all the little colors and everything you put into it. During this time, he was letting you make these artistic choices, showing you the proper techniques, and it almost felt natural after a certain point for you to do this. But all these little imperfections and colors, and even though it looks simple when it's just sitting there, the vibrations from this note just key off all these little sparkles and little things in there. He says, yeah, you put your soul into it. This one's really good. Look, if you use this bong, you can set the vibe for a whole place. Man, you could probably chill out an army with this thing.
Perfect.
Look what prophecies brought to you, man.
They really did need a stoner. Damn.
Really? Like, they always need us, man. Everyone else is always like preoccupied with a bunch of stuff. You got to go to work. You got to do this. Got to pay rent, pay taxes. Fuck taxes, man.
Apparently, we're still supposed to do that even when we're ghosts, which feels a little unfair.
You're listening. Don't talk about it. They can't get you.
I'm certain that's how it works.
Yeah, man. This is truly beautiful. Like, I've not been able to do something like this. I could not have done something like this by myself.
Nor could I have. So thank you for your help.
Yeah, man. Anytime. Now, he puts both hands on your spectral shoulders and he says, go and be the whole vibe for the whole world, man. And if you want to blow glass again, I'm always here.
Sweet new hobby. I'll pull out a joint for him.
Oh yeah. Somehow in his fur, like he has like a it was just like buried under like all the fur of his neck. It's like he has like on a little rope, a little lighter, and just like pulls it out, lights it.
All right, I'm gonna take it outside. I've got our statue. It's a bong.
Fantastic.
I made it myself. Well, I mean, I had help, but I made it.
That's
You
amazing.
guys smell strong right now.
Yeah, it's
Oh, I need to take a
really
shower.
intense in there. Even for me.
Oh, I need to take a shower because those fumes are making me think ridiculous things. I I am happy you made a friend. Let's start going back. We all need to take a shower. I think we're all going to, because these fumes might actually rot my brain.
I'm a
Hoku's got her.
ghost. Do I hold a smell?
Oh yeah. Do you?
Well, he told me I had new ghost smell, which weird. But he also said it's like common practice with bugbears to like smell each other. So I think it's just like a cultural thing.
I mean, even if you don't, your hoodie does.
Oh, that's fair. Oh yeah, my hoodie smells incredibly dank now.
Since they're done, Hoku's looking around like second angel.
Oh, good point.
Oh yeah, yeah. Good point. Let's move. Let's move.
So far, you do not hear trumpets in the sky or anything like that. So you don't
Somehow
know.
that's worse.
That is the
Or one
silence
for
is
us.
the silence. I don't like the silence. You know what? Let's just do the thing. Let's just like okay. Let's hope that we get somewhere as fast as possible. We go. I already figured out that clearly I do actually need to like I have a source for silver. I am the source. So I can help out with the mercury and the silver and the thing. So, we can make the sword. We can make the sword. Let's make the sword.
Awesome. And we have a
You look confused.
location.
Leihoku, why do you look confused?
Does that like decrease you in body mass? Like
No.
if we no.
So you're just gonna give me an arm? Like, how does this work?
You give me like a little bucket, which is going to go into the fire. I'm going to bleed into the bucket. And then I do a little meditation. And I regain it. It's not like weight loss. It's not exactly a very good, it's not a weight loss thing as much as it's a weird existential spiritualist I'm like half in this world, half not. So I need to at least keep, I always have like 1 foot in here, 1 foot there. So as long as I have 1 foot there, it's complicated, but it's not I'm still half human. So, I have my human mass. The other mass that will just, that I just need to meditate and, kind of.
Half in this world, half not. I relate. I get it. I get it.
Not exactly the same as you, like, but, not pretty close. Pretty close. Usually I tend to, when I was a kid, my mom used to put me in like the soil outside our home, because there used to be like mining reserves there. It's one of the like the mines. Like I used to be really attracted to the mines. So I used to go there and it's just hang out. Which is where I heard of where I saw, Claudio get arrested. It was really funny.
I don't know if I'd call it funny, but okay.
Yeah.
It was a little funny. So okay. Perhaps a invasive question. If you give me blood or an arm or what have you, does it remain fluid once it is disconnected from the heat source, i.e., you're a demon?
Well, that's why honestly, it's best that I put like I just kind of dump my arm and blood right into right in like when the bucket is under the fire.
Well, we're not using fire. That's the whole point.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Good point.
That's
No,
why I'm asking before you go locking off a finger. Once it is disconnected, does it remain a fluid? Because if it doesn't, then please do not do this.
it should be fine. I mean, I spoke to the demon who was on the previous team. I mean, they did it, and it was fine with them. So, Where do you think I had gone? Why do you think I'd gone home in the first place? I had gone to, summon the demon, talk, get some information. Very helpful. And yeah, I think it should be fine. Even like the cold, like, look, I am always connected to the realm. I am connected here. I am always connected, and I am connected there. I am connected by the virtue of relationship, genealogy, call it what you like. So that part doesn't really change.
Okay.
I just need some rest after that. I legit just need some rest. I'll probably, just kind of I don't know, go hang out go hang out in the mines again. You come with me this time, Claudio.
I spend plenty of time in the mines.
Yeah, but this time I want you to come with me because I actually found, I never told you about this. I actually found this really cool, like little alcove, which is actually like pretty nice. So, you might not, honestly, if you had actually hidden the stuff that you'd embezzled there, they would not have found it that easily. But that's a whole different point. It is what it is. That's how we met. So that's a good thing. So you know what? Just come on, man. Really? It was
Go
a
ahead.
compliment.
Keep talking.
It was a compliment.
Mm-hmm.
See, it was a compliment. You can come down there. We can talk it out in any way. I need to talk to you about, the mine and your I may have an idea to, release you from my service.
All right.
See? Getting all huffy and fighty when I'm here trying to give good things to you. Whatever.
It's gonna be fun
Anyway.
chopping your arm off. Are we ready to go?
Oh, you're not touching my arm. I can do it on my own. Excuse me. Hello. I'm a demon. It comes like, do you really think I'm going to allow someone else, unless I'm someone I'm not dating, to cause me pain? Are you joking? Please.
Are we ready to go?
Yes, we're ready to go. Come on, come on. Diane, come on.
Are we all going?
I mean, at this point, I don't know what's going on anymore. Like, I know we need to go to the lake.
Me
You
either.
need to gather the rest of your coven. I gotta go get some tools. And we gotta figure, I don't know how the lake's supposed to make things cold. It's still 68 degrees over there, even at night. So that's definitely way too warm. Unless somebody's got a massive air conditioner.
Figuring it out. She wiggles her fingers a little bit, and there's a little bit of like light blue, kind of misty magic. Figuring it out. That's what I need. Oh, I should text. I should text everybody.
As you begin texting people and you head back to, y'all are heading back to the Oasis. Where are y'all heading to?
Don't know if we know what we're doing.
That's fine. That's been the whole game so far. So that
it's
tracks.
a lot. It's just,
I would
Decision,
imagine
decision.
the Oasis, because that one has kind of been our staging point anyway. And if Leihoku needs to gather her witches, at least they all know where she's at.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's go there.
Yeah. You make your way back to the Oasis and you get settled into Leihoku's apartment. You begin to call up people. And that's when you hear the trumpets.
Oh no.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh my god.
And you all go to look outside the window as you hear the trumpets. You see a ship, whereas the last one that came was very sleek. This one is almost rusty and dingy in a way. But it pierces through the clouds as the day has gone on and the sun is beginning to set. You can see it. It's massive, rusty and dingy. Both, whereas the other one, the last one, it kind of split open in this like almost like high-tech kind of way. The front two panels of this ship just fling open, and a massive like muscle bound man, just absolutely huge, orange, a like massive mane of like bright yellow hair, just leaps out of this thing and slams onto the ground, and he says, I am the prince's second angel, and I am here to fight everyone. Send your best warriors. May they prove worthy to be in combat with the prince. and he punches the ground, and you feel the whole earth quake beneath you.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
fuck.
Goliath is here.
I thought they were all going to be the same.
Apparently not.
Hmm. First one, Gabriel. First one, a very boring allegory, very boring Gabriel, a cheap imitation, and now a cheap imitation of Goliath.
Is this in front of the Oasis?
Yes. Yeah, the everything seems to be happening in the square. Like they all seem to keep landing in the square where the verdigris canopy is in front of the palace. They are making a show of their presence. This one is not as big as the last one, not as tall, just clearly much heavier than the other one. And like it hit the ground and you felt the thud. Like still a massive being, 10 feet high, when standing up. Hair goes down to his butt. He is wearing pretty loose fitting clothing, kind of like a gauzy outfit, big loose pants made of some type of silk or something like that. But you think about the amount of silk you would need in yardage to make that, it would be quite a lot. um and bare feet, bare arms, like just out there. Like he punches the ground and then he um looks for something else to slam. He picks up a car and just slams it down, waiting for someone to stop him.
Hoku's going to turn to Claudio and go, please don't check if that one's real this time. I think he's real. If he's picking up cars.
Really overshot the budget with the first one. They just sent like someone on steroids out and have him destroy public property.
Yeah, that's just steroids and in a large potion. Like that's just a dude.
That's just a dude. That's just a dude in a beat up like airship, which is even worse, honestly. That's like Scatterwind is really running out of money, I think.
I'm pretty sure that's just a frat bro that is roided up, like driving his friend's shitty car.
I'm so tempted to go and just maybe do a little magic and see if it'll actually work, but I honestly don't have the time or the inclination. So you know what? Let's just chop his head off with the sword we create. Let's just do that.
I don't
Who's
think the
wielding the
sword's gonna be
sword?
on him.
You.
Anybody else, if you'd like to, but it's going to be a full, like, broadsword.
See? You know what, Claudio? Legit. You're right. This can only be done by you. I'm proud of you. Genuinely. So proud of you. And Anjum, like, wipes a fake tear and goes in for a hug.
Awesome.
See,
As
look
you
at
do
this.
that, you hear a loud explosion. And as you look to see, it looks like there has been a response. I mean, the military was kind of on edge here in the city from the other angel, and they have launched something at this creature. And as the smoke settles around, there's a bit of rubble. Car alarms have gone off all up and down the street. There is a little bit, there's smoke and debris. And as that clears a little bit, he says, "Oh, that stung a little. Do it again." As he then reaches down to just like swat them away and like knocks people up and down the block away from him.
So, respectfully, Damien, how does the bong help?
I was told I could chill out whole armies.
That's pretty cool. I don't think we need whole armies. I think we just need 3 big dudes to calm the hell down. At least I'm hoping, because I don't know if we could deal with 3 big dudes and some armies.
Could we, Leihoku, could you enlarge that bong for the meantime, and then, I don't know, I don't know, how do you use weed to get all of these people, get this fucker to chill out? I think he might need like an extra strong one, like one of the indica ones, like the indica strains or something, like the really strong ones. Maybe we could like use it. Maybe a little magical enhance. Maybe they'd stop destroying public property. Ooh, oh, that hurt. Oh, that must have. Ooh, oh yeah, oh yeah, that. Oh yeah, that dude's not getting up. Nope, he's not getting up.
I mean, we can definitely have you attempt to magically enhance one of my plants.
Yeah, I can do plants. I can't enlarge a bomb.
It's yeah, well, yeah.
Can you
I don't know
enlarge
if
the
that's going to be the
plant?
problem.
You enlarge the plant and then we can maybe use it as like, and then use the bong to like spread it around.
I don't think the quantity is gonna matter.
Hmm. I don't know. I thought it maybe like maybe if he actually, has fun for once, maybe he'll chill out. Ooh, okay, that's a foul. That's a foul. I don't think you're supposed to kick like that. That's just against the rules.
We can't just oh, I mean, I don't know what we're going to do. Okay. Um I can probably quickly enough run to my apartment and grab a plant. Yeah?
Yes, you can.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to go do that. So I'll just run
Yeah.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, you as you're running down, you feel the building like just shake again. Um but yeah, you can easily get to your apartment. The oasis seems like it's fine for the moment, but it's definitely all happening like right outside your building.
Right. So I'll bring a plant in and hand it to Leihoku. Do whatever you can.
Oh God, okay. Hmm. What did David hand me?
So it's a small flowering pot plant. So it's
Okay.
already growing buds. And I'm hoping that you can make it more, I don't know, enhance the effect of it.
Hmm. I'm
We're
gonna
going
take one
for
of
super chill vibes.
oh. Take one of the buds of the plant, walk over to my ritual tree, and take one of the flowers. I go, maybe I can combine. This one's poison though, so
Go ahead and
yeah.
give me an intellect roll.
Okay. It was a bad idea to use my sushi dice. I got a 2.
A 2? Okay. All right. So there are some things that can ease this. I was going to say that this was a demanding roll, so the target number was 9. But you only hit a 0 target number. Okay. I would say you can expend. What's the goal with what you're trying to do?
I am trying to figure out a way to magically combine these plants together to when Damien puts it in the bong, 'cause I don't know how bongs work, to knock the guy out.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so let's see. So we're using the assets you have. You have a plant there.
And if there's anything I can do to help, I'm also trained in botany.
You would be helping. Okay.
Sweet.
I too am trained to.
It's we'll call it this is platinum OG, which is a solid indica.
If you spend 2 intellect points, you will succeed on this.
I'll do it.
Okay. To give it 1 level of effort. So yeah, you put all of your magical energy into this, and the properties seem to the one plant like kind of melds into this bud, and you think the properties have transferred successfully.
Okay. Okay. Oh my god, I'm tired. Here.
Amazing. Thank you. All right, sweet.
All right, Damien, what's the plan here?
All right. Plan is gotta get it a little bit drier, but then I can basically harvest it and everything myself. I'll get it all set up. I think the plan is to go out into the middle of where this dude is and rip a bong. So let's do it.
All right. You come down here and it is quite the scene. Like there are city guard here who are like, no, stay back, but you have a mission to do. You load up the bong and you take the biggest breath, remembering about the breath that Mr. Glass told you about. Like you're standing on a cliff and you're trying to breathe in all the air from a whole valley, and it bubbles and smokes and it glows. The bong glows as you take this hit from it, and you don't notice it initially, but everyone who's watching Damien would see that Damien also begins to glow. And the smoke just kind of like fills you entirely, and you feel the magic just sitting on you. I want you to make an intellect roll for me.
19.
What was that?
19.
19. Okay. And this bumps it up 3 levels, which is an immortal difficulty. You feel the vibe off this monster, like off of this guy, and you can feel that like that kind of hyperactivity, and like it almost feels like anxious to you but violent at the same time. And you suddenly like find yourself at its eye level, and you realize that you have like, as you've pulled in all this smoke, you have grown in size. I mean, you don't have a physical body, but you are now a perfect match for this guy. And you see his energy, and you know that you are the polar opposite of his energy. You are calm, you are chill, you don't want to hurt anyone. You're not worried about worthiness. And you see that reflection in this moment, and he's like, all right, you gonna fight me? You gonna do this? Let's do this.
Buddy, chill. Why are you so aggro?
You speak these words, and just you all hear Damien's voice kind of it does boom. It kind of echoes through this place, but it's like a calm. It's like a white noise machine almost. Like you feel like, okay, I can relax to this sound. And he's like, you can, it like hits him like a wave. And he's like, it stumbles back a little bit, which shakes the earth beneath him. And he says, I never had a good outlet growing up. And you see like a little bit of like that pale blue, the cobalt color you chose with the lavender color, just kind of like settle into his chest and starts billowing out. You know what I mean? Like you have all that nervous energy as a kid, and I'm like, maybe I'll just punch things. And I got really good at punching.
Yeah, I feel you. But it's not always the best coping mechanism.
He's like, you know what, you're right. And he like sits down crisscross applesauce onto like the city street, onto like cars and things. Like he sits on like a box truck, sits down, it crumples under his weight. He says, man, I don't think anyone's ever asked me about that.
Just about like your childhood and coping skills in general.
About why I'm the way I am. Everyone just like, when I got this job, I'm like, yeah, I get to break more things. And I never questioned it. You know what, man? This is a good talk. And he like sits up, stretches. And he's like, oh, all right. Well, I'm not going to destroy everything, but you should still send a warrior. The guy's still coming. I gotta go.
Can you tell me anything about that?
Oh man, he's great. He's great. He's fantastic. He's just the coolest guy. Conquered multiple galaxies. You'll see. And he like kind of straightens up and walks over, and he starts walking towards the Fort of Delight. He's like, we got to make sure this thing is in the air.
What?
And with that, what? I think that's where we'll call tonight's session. Fantastic. You got the we now have a Titan of Calm on your side, so we'll see how this goes. Excellent session, everyone. Let's go ahead and do our outros. We'll start with you, Abhilasha.
Hi everyone. I've been Anjum. You can find me on Blue Sky mostly now at ombrelesbiannight.bluesky.social. I have my blog pinned on there, so please do go follow that. Maybe read a story or two. There are stories for everyone. Would you like media? Would you like a media adaptation, but through the view of Indian politics? Please do go read that. If you would like a cute little witch romance, you can go read that. It has lesbians in it. There's also a tragic gay romance, which I wrote because I was obsessed with a certain book and Sherlock Holmes at that point. Please just go ahead. I also have links to the TTRPG books I have contributed to. Thanks to Daylight Publications. Please do go check that out, especially if you are looking to play in an Atlantis setting or in a sci-fi setting. Ford Star and Ixlatanis are now available on Drive-Thru RPG. This was great. Also, I am currently in between. I think this is the only game I'm still that is consistently playing. So if anyone's looking to, have my chaotic ass there, I will make things interesting. I will absolutely make things interesting. So, look for it. So, reach out or just, casting calls.
Fantastic, Liz.
Hey, I'm Liz. I've been playing Claudio Juarez, who talks to random halfling children on the street. You can find me pretty much anywhere at Fuzzy Slippers 05. Right now, this is the only game I'm in, though I put in for a couple other charity games that are coming up, so I'll let you know how that all goes. But otherwise, it's been great tonight, gang. It's been a lot of fun. Next up.
Awesome, Nico.
Hi, I'm Nico. I've been fucking hit my fins. I've been Leihoku, your your coven head reconsidering her life plan. This is also the only stream game that I'm on, but I am also probably going to launch my own projects in the next couple of months. They're still secret for now, but when more stuff comes out, you can find me at InkyToeBeans, mostly on Blue Sky, not really much anywhere else. I don't post a lot. I'm not that interesting.
We love having you here. You're very interesting to us. Jaden.
Hey friends, I am Soliloquy or Jaden. You can find me everywhere online as FatSapphicBro. I mostly hang out on TikTok while we have it, make a variety of content. I am trying to get back into streaming Animal Crossing New Horizons also on Twitch and on YouTube. Again, FatSapphicBro. You'll find me everywhere. All the nitty-gritty details are in the announcements, but for TTRPG actual play streaming, I am here on Twitch most Sundays, 7:30 to 9:30 p.m., most Mondays, 6 to 9 p.m., and most Tuesdays, 6 to 9 p.m., all Pacific time, but not the last 7 days of each month. Thanks for hanging out with us.
And I have been Archangelic. You can find me here at all the time Soliloquy said in the announcements. You can also find all my links on my website, archangelic.space. If you've missed any of our games, you can check them out on YouTube. The link is in our link tree and it's in the channel description. And what else? Oh yeah, I'm doing professional GMing. If you want me to run a game for you, I am on startplaying.games. You can book me, startplaying.games/GM/archangelic. Thank you, wonderful players, for being here and being super confused about what is going on. And that seems to be the norm here. Thank you to our audience for joining us. And lastly, thank you to our producer, Polygeist, for helping us stream this show. We appreciate you, and we could not do it without you. And as always, we love you, and we hope to see you next time. Good night, everyone.